Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget Nine Wives. Click the link below. Go watch Nine Wives. And for those of you know, I don't think we'll have a live show this week. I'm locked up in my room. I tested positive, and I really have no side effects besides like a stuffy nose or nothing serious. If it was like a common cold, that'll go away in like 2 days. And but I think that speaks to like my health levels. You know what I mean? Like no mucus in my body, no mucus in my diet, especially the last 30 days. Um, I think that's helped me greatly in running every day. And but I'm about to I'm about to start doing these uh, as my cousin would say, these jailhouse workouts. So I'll be posting those just maybe to inspire y'all as it pertains to that. But I sound worse than what I really am. I just got a stuffy nose. And let's Shakur Stevenson. I just want to have this conversation with y'all. Let me get a lozenge. I didn't lose no sense of smell, taste, nothing. Just a common cold you get in the first grade. That's it. And um, as it pertains to Terrence Crawford, we were talking about. I hear the conversation, and this is just a conversation that I really want to have because I think we got to make a decision as Black people. Are we part-time advocates? Are we activists as out of convenience, or um, are we going all in? Because I remember when we had actual evidence of Golden Boy, and I spent thousands of dollars working on that, and then we just simply forget about it. The PR guy emails called Al Heyman a black Hitler, a nigga, and we just act like it never happened 3 or 4 years later, you know? And we fast forward to today, we got a lot of media and a lot of fans are supporting are supporting um, Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. But the next breath, they're saying Bob Arum is a racist. How can you support a racist and fight for him on the other end? It don't make sense. You know, we said integration was bad, right? Shouldn't the voice be Shakur Stevenson? You should find a way out of your contract and become independent. Just trying to make it make sense. And I think we got to have a backbone because I can guarantee you another incident that's going to happen. When Jamel Charlo fight, people are going to say, Oh, I don't like Jamel Charlo, but I want Derek James to win. Don't make sense. Either for something or against something. And when their allies is something you're against in that war, you can't be for them. They have to feel your pain as well for making that decision. And I think that's where we lose sight, because everyone, and when I say everyone is saying Shakur Stevenson must fight Oscar Valdez. But Bob Arum is the promoter. That's the problem. We want trinkets and symbolism, right? Trinkets and entertainment. That's what satisfies us. As long as we get the Oscar Valdez fight, everything is okay. Don't make sense. And I had some great content I was gonna release. I was gonna release some interviews I had with Muhammad Ali's family, but I can't go downstairs because it's on my computer. And because today is his birthday, and I was going to examine some of the comments that they said, but I will say this: what I got from them was everyone robbed Muhammad Ali from a financial standpoint, whether it was Don King, Bob Arum, or the Nation of Islam. And but if we want change, we know what we got to do. We got to get our own. Because if integration failed, why are we advocating for Bob Arum to promote Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson? Are we part-time activists? Do we believe in our blackness half the time? And I don't get it. Um, whether how you feel about Terrence Crawford, but you can't root for Terrence Crawford on one end and promote Bob Arum on the other end. This is why I say racism don't exist in boxing as long as you're getting paid. This is proof. Racism don't exist in boxing as long as racism gives the fans what they want. Guaranteed. This is 100% proof. If you believe in Terrence Crawford 100%, why are you supporting Top Rank with your eyes, your viewership, and your money and your platform? It takes sacrifice. It's gonna have to be money blown, blood, quote unquote, bloodshed. You're gonna have to piss off people that liked you yesterday, but we afraid to do that. We afraid. Marcus, what's the guy's name? Marcus Brown. We wanted to see Derek James get 3 unified champions, but he abused women a year out. Now I want a redemption story, but I mean, at the end of the day, he got to prove himself. Just like I had to prove myself on this YouTube, I had to be consistent. Now my voice is pretty permanent as it pertains to what I believe in. I haven't steered. I've been consistent, and I've grown. And I've made mistakes along the way. But I've been very vulnerable in terms of my growth. You know, case in point, Al Heyman. You know the biggest difference between Mikey Garcia's case of Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford's case? Al Heyman signed Mikey Garcia. And PBC says they don't have no money for him. That's the biggest difference. So, as I said, if you're advocating for Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez, and you believe in integration, you're not really a fighter. You're a talker. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know it's hard not to toe that line. I get it. I'm very comfortable with being loved and hated. And I think if you desire to be great, you have to possess that characteristic. If you don't, people are just going to say, oh, he was a nice guy. She was a nice girl. Good, this lozenger's kicking in now. Wait, I sound much worse than what I really am. I'm fine. I just worked out. I just ain't really spoken like 2 days. So my lung capacity got to get back. But the good thing about it is that I got no phlegm coming out of me. So I'm glad that my diet has really transformed. I got no phlegm in me. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got no runny nose. Man, I thank God for my fitness levels these past 44 years. You know, and hopefully I inspired y'all to get your health fitness up in 2022, whether you got to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds. And this is just a conversation because I think it's fair to say everybody knows Fred is always at 100 when he's against something. Pretty much knows Fred is fearless. Fred will aggressively pursue the machine. And but my next film, May 19th, is going to tackle the cowardness in black men. And by the way, the film I'm producing is creating over 20 jobs. You know what I mean? And the cast is 100% black, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 100% black. All paid, market value. So, as a black man, you got to ask yourself, am I an asset or a liability? And I think it's fair to say that it's time for us to start winning. If Bob Arum isn't the answer, then we should be the answer, right? But this is why I say we don't really want to fight racism. We want to find our way into racism to monetize it, kind of like D.L. Hughley. Because we had enough evidence with the Golden Boy thing. We could have stamped Golden Boy, and with our pressure and our numbers, it would have made a great impact on the sport of boxing because it's independent. We got him red-handed. Fred did all the legwork. But this is going to pass too. We're not going to boycott. We're not going to do none of that. We're just going to say, I'm going to the Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez fight. And I don't even know if the fight is happening. But at the end of the day, accept who you are. And there's nothing wrong with it. If you're a sound box, be a sound box. You're important. I'm not minimizing your role, but don't pretend. Don't pretend to be um and you know what I mean, just don't be who you are. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I would say I'm rather successful, because I am who I am. I don't have 100 friends. I don't desire to be liked. I have no desire to be famous. You know, if I wanted to be famous, I would star in all my films. You know, if I wanted to be famous, I would have put myself beside Floyd Mayweather in the film we did together. I didn't. I have no desire to be famous. I have a desire to be a great father. I mean, that's like top priority to me. And still disciplining my son and daughter. That reigns supreme, dog. And that's one of the reasons why I cut out my traveling. You know, Lincoln started school, and I said it's time. I need to be here. I got to do homework with him. I got to read with him. I got to pick him up. You know, I mean, gone 4 days, twice a month. I don't like that. You know what I mean? And Dre being overworked. Half of Dre's caseloads is cancer patients, and should I say terminal ill patients. And she's one of the more important people in medicine. So I can't be um, I can't be gone. I got to do my part. And even though, what I mean, and that's the love language that we all have to develop in our relationships. You know what I mean, whether it's with your kids, the woman you love, and to the few women that's listening to this video, the men that you love, and your parents. And you have to listen to that love language and be receptive to it. And but it's time. Here's another opportunity. I'm excited for the discovery phase. I'm not one for protection at all. You guys may think it because I don't talk in my Dr. Khalid Muhammad voice. I'm very persuasive and very kind and very welcoming. So you guys don't really get that out of me. But I'm excited for the discovery phase, whether they subpoena the emails, the text messaging, the phone calls, the voicemails. I'm excited for that. I'll keep it a buck. And Fred ain't protecting nobody but his last name. And that's where we got to be. And but we're a year off from that. You know what I mean? Um, but I'll leave you guys with this. They didn't really use the R word, racism, Ali's family, when I interviewed them. They used like manipulative, like financially, like taking advantage of him because he was a giving person. Um, but if they did that to him, Bob Arum started in 1966, and then Don King got him in the 70s, and they flip flopped for a few, and you know what I mean. And Don King took him to the Bahamas against Trevor Berbick, and that was the end, right? And it's 2022, so that's about 30 years since Muhammad Ali retired, and we're still signing with him. At the end of the day, we want to be super Negro. We want to be the chosen Negro. This is proof. This is proof that we don't bet on ourselves and build our own conglomerate. We need racism. It's a fact. There are more black millionaires than there were in 2010. There are more black millionaires than 2000. Don't let these people fool you. No, we have enough. And all we got to do is look within. You know, when Wells Fargo um, said that they couldn't find any black talent, I closed my account and took my money to a black bank. I put half in a black bank, half in an Asian bank. I did. Use the power you have. And I think I posted on my Instagram. It's important that we do this. So if you want to shut Bob Arum down, you really know what to do. But are you going to do it? And this code that we speak of is very subjective. There's no rubric, because prior to this, Terrence Crawford was was not a part of the community, basically. So we got to ask ourselves, like, I never seen him do interviews, and you know what I mean, and I've never seen it, but he hasn't come to the community and asked for our support. This is how men like John Ali and William O'Neill, James Shabazz, and trying to stay within this realm, this is how they garnish power. They get support without earning it. I don't operate like that, but that's because I have my own. I don't need a fighter to come into the barbershop to validate it. I really, really don't. That's the beauty of it. Hmm. At the end of the day, love your kids. Love the woman that bear those kids. Love your last name. Protect your last name. Provide for your last name. And vice versa if you're a woman listening to this video. Because you can't sit here and tell me, uh, even if it is true, I personally don't care if Shakur Stevenson is getting a fight because of what's happening with Terrence Crawford. So what? So that means it's okay for Joe Biden not to disregard qualified immunity, but give us a statue. You understand? So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. I hear Kennedy, and that's the one thing I miss too is hugging my kids, man. Lincoln and I are on chapter 5 of the autobiography of Malcolm X, and you know what I mean, and it is what it is. So, I love y'all at the end of the day, and this is just a conversation. There is no code. There is no pro-blackness, because you can come and go as you please. Terrence Crawford can say F you and then support him. Jamel Charlo can say F you, but we support him because of his trainer. I'm telling you, this is the reality. It's a level of integrity we got to have. And I know this is the unpopular opinion. And, it is what it is, man. So keep on promoting Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. You're basically helping Bob Arum promote a card. And this is the greatness in me. I shut it down. Yeah, man, you're basically not calling Bob Arum a racist because you're monetizing him. Do you understand that? Or you're complicit with the racism because you're going to buy tickets to go to Las Vegas and you're going to click the button to watch it on TV, whether it's free or pay-per-view. And if this fight is free, will you call out Al Heyman? This is why black people get unwavering support in our community and don't earn it. Al Heyman haven't earned our support. I was a fool in the beginning because I wanted him to win so bad. But then when you wake up and know the truth, it is what it is. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.